All right, folks, let's bring in our guest joining us this hour, national trial attorney Michael Jaafar. And, you know, Michael, one of the things that I think is a weakness in the Commonwealth's case, and I know you've been a fan of the Commonwealth's case, is in fact the motive. Right at the end of the day, that's what that testimony would go to, this idea of motive, that the two of them were fine. That even though they had arguments like everyone does in their relationship, it doesn't mean that she decided to hit him with a 6,000-pound vehicle.
Yeah, you know what? Here's the thing. I've been thinking about this whole motive thing. I've never believed that Karen Read had motive to kill or murder John O'Keefe, right? My personal opinion has always been that if she did this, it was an accident. It was an accident done in drunkenness. And we know that by law, if you're drunk and you're driving and you run into somebody, you take full responsibility in the eyes of the law. We've decided as a society that when you're drunk and you do something, even if it's unintentional, there are felonious complications. But to answer your question, I don't believe anyone would doubt that she did not have she had no intent to kill. She lived a blameless life up until this point. She was an accomplished woman, accomplished professor, accomplished finance person. Why on earth would she want to kill John O'Keefe? She had no motive. So I don't think, first of all, that's why the state, in this case, they weren't focused on her motive like in the first trial. They didn't focus on that at all. They focused on hard data, forensic data, because even the most well-meaning person can accidentally murder somebody when they get behind a wheel in a snowstorm and they're drunk. So I think that's where the state wants to let this thing be. They want to lay it there, and then the closing arguments, I don't believe Hank Brennan is going to say she had any intent to kill him, just that she was grossly reckless in her conduct.
All right, fair enough. All right, guys, stand by.